drifting for me is an addiction, you know. Like, I've got to get out there every few weeks and as much as I can. Every event that I can get to, I'm there. It's a thrill inside me that like I can't explain. So much fun. Sometimes I laugh when I'm drifting and stuff, like, especially, you know, getting real close on some people and stuff like that, and like, that's me, you know. I'm at home and that's why I keep going back, that's why I keep doing it. I think Hampton Downs, I was a bit too relaxed, you know, after having a couple of podiums, and I just I didn't have that aggressive Fanga attitude, you know. I drove pretty consistent, you know, qualified reasonably well, and did some solid runs, but they just weren't. I wasn't pushing my limits. I was trying to drive too safe at that position.
So Andrew Redwood is the driver that everyone is looking at this weekend, carrying so much angle and speed. Watch this, just how well this car is balanced. He closes right up onto the back of Fanga Dan's car, driving mere inches off the bumper, blinded by smoke. How is Andrew Redwood doing this?
This has got to be the best battle for Andrew Redwood against Fanga Dan so far, and it's a huge advantage to Andrew Redwood, as you see on the replay there. Just slides on in, manages to just hang off that bumper the whole way through the judge section, scoring maximum points from the judges.
Absolutely inch perfect switch there from Andrew Redwood, and look at this, just slides on in. You could lean out the window and touch Fanga Dan's car if you really wanted to. Andrew Redwood putting all sorts of pressure on Fanga Dan.
It was one of those days that Redwood didn't qualify so well, and we met early. And I just walked away, and I was pretty happy, you know. I was like, hey, you know, I beat him the last 2 rounds. He beat me that round, you know. And that's just the way it goes. It was one of those days that wasn't meant to be.
Andrew Redwood on the lead. Can Fanga Dan replicate?
Well, one of the things we know about Fanga Dan is he will not back down from a challenge. Watch for a big chase here from Fanga Dan as he fires it into the first turn. Hard on the handbrake from both drivers. Andrew Redwood initiates. Good angle there. Fanga Dan, you can see right there over his shoulder.
But a bit too much speed coming off the front straight, and a bit of a gap now from Andrew Redwood. This is going to be a big decider. If Fanga Dan had won this, it would have been a championship nearly over, but he hasn't. Andrew Redwood takes out the battle. That's where it all went wrong. Just too much speed coming into the judge section for Fanga Dan, and Andrew Redwood is static, does a spastic little wave to Fanga Dan as he comes down the back.
Hampton Downs is quite a, you've got to nail that first corner and get a car that can really pull out of that first corner and get over the hill. Like I knew that this car is not as fast as Redwood's out through that corner, so it was just I just had to drive and just hope if he made a mistake or anything like that, you know. But it was just unfortunate that we met early. It's probably the most boring track ever. Yeah, like it's got that cool sort of the elevation going up over the hill, and you sort of don't know where you're going, and feeling wise, but it's one corner. That's it. You pretty much set the car up right at the start, and then the rest just glides through. It's not really a challenging track. It's sort of one of those tracks where you always go there, and all you're trying to do, you're not worried about how you drive. You're just trying to work out trying to get more grip into the car so you can go faster through the first corner, and that's all it is. We worked on the car quite a bit, just trying to get a good balance with it, and just finding a little bit more grip that we lack in some places. But we're pretty happy with it. It's a good balance. I love what we've built now. It's, you know, I think with the engine package and the weight and the power, the tyres, it's really pulling together. But definitely got a lot of trust in the car now. Zane's just done an amazing job with the engine and keeping that going for us. And then Gearbox Factory building this dog box for us with the TKO 600 and putting the dog set in it. So hey, you know, throughout the years we've learnt that the rear end is never failed. The axles are so strong and the diff's strong, and then there was a weak link in the gearbox, which now we're sorted, and the engine is just, yeah, I think we've got a really good package it's reliable, and we can get out there and we can have fun, you know. If my engine was to go, or my gearbox was to go, that would be me. Like I wouldn't be able to afford to keep going. So we got to be pretty smart on where we, you know, spend our money, and spend it in the right place. Like, you know, we spent a lot of money on our engine this year, the start of the year. It was just one of those things where we always had, you know, we had that reliability behind us, but we wanted to, you know, cross all the T's and dot all the I's and everything when we built the motor. And, you know, because we knew that we couldn't afford to have any breakages, so we had to do it right. We had to get everyone's opinion in, and just, you know, listen to what everyone had to say about it, and go from there. And it's really paying off, you know. Like, hey, you know, if you're blowing motors and blowing gearboxes and stuff like that, it becomes not fun. And what are you doing it for? You know. So for me, I don't spend shitloads of money on it, and which means that, you know, we're all having fun. We're going out, we're driving, you know, we're not disappointed that something's broken, you know, because we're trying to push it too hard, or, you know, we're trying to get extra power, and, you know, like we've just set it at a good, you know, happy medium, and yeah, we're absolutely stoked with it.